Hello everyone, this is Dr. Aditya. So I'm making video a little late, maybe a 1 or 2 days late, but still let me just make the video. Let me guide you. Let's have a discussion going forward. How to prepare for NEET PG now that you have given INICET. So first thing I want to tell you everyone that don't consider it INICET, as a lot of people had been pointing out. It is not INICET, it's INIGT. Remember, the paper was not tough. If I look at the INICET paper, I had gone through the recalls. You must have gone through the recalls. The paper was not tough, but it was tricky. But you would recognize that 80% of the paper, and even more than that, probably around 85, around 150 to 160 questions were either PYQ repeats or questions which were just around the broad topic. But what's very important, that what people forget, that just doing PYQs is not important. Revision is equally important, very important. So you know that STD, like, STD, syndromic management, rickettsia, all these, anat, muscles of mastication, lateral pterygoid, all that kind of stuff. All these questions have been asked ad infinitum. In fact, there were three questions which were asked in my exam. Like exact same question. I'm not even kidding. Like similar, minor differences. Cosmetic changes were done probably. But the truth remains that if you had not revised in the last 7 days, if you had not revised rickettsia in the last 7 days, then you will on the exam day get confused whether it is rickettsia provozenki or rickettsia kari or rickettsia. If you have not revised the syndromic management in the last 7 days, you will get confused. Grey kit, blue, whatever kind of kit it is, you will get confused. It's lateral pterygoid, medial pterygoid, or temporalis, or whatever it is, vaccinator, whatever it is. Not only is having a good command on PYQs and knowing the topics important, a thorough revision in the last 7 weeks of the most important and the most volatile stuff is important, because on the exam day there will be 100 or 50% of the question paper will be something that will simply require you to go to your memory and find out the correct answer. If you have revised in the last 7 days, that getting out the correct answer from your memory becomes very easy because it's on the surface. If you have not done that, then obviously you will make mistakes. You will get confused between two options, and the accuracy drops, and hence the ranks drops. That's why the last 1 week revision is so important. But what's most important? The goal is to do the most important previous year topics in the last 1 week, revise them, and ulti karke aana hai. I always keep on saying ulti karke aana hai. A lot of people might make fun of it, but the truth is that this human brain cannot have that much information for so much long. You need to get it on the surface in the last 1 week. So what should you do right now? You have given the INICET, learn from mistakes. Learn what you could not revise, learn where your concept was lacking, that's why you could not get the answer, and obviously your time management. What is the simple time forward plan right now? 2 revisions. Pair and simple 2 revisions. Over the next 20 days, do 1 subject per day. Plan in such a way that the last 5 days you give to the major subjects. That is your surgery, obs, gynae, and medicine, something like that. Or even if not medicine, maybe PSM. So that revision that you have done in the last 5 days get merged with your last 7-day revision. And in the last 7 days, you actually revise path pharma, biochemistry, anatomy, forensic medicine, things which are very volatile, but you revise in the last 7 days along with the minors, and then you give the exam. See, surgery, obs, gynae is less volatile. So if you have revised in the 5 days leading up to the last 7 days, you will still be able to recall on the actual exam day. But ensure that you revise the volatile things. See, I'm pretty sure there were questions which were like, for example, there were questions on formulas in pharmacology. Now, if you don't revise in the last 7 days, you might get confused. You will get confused. It needs revision. Formulas in pharmacology, formulas in physiology, even easy subjects, if you don't revise, you will forget. So, simple plan, make 2 revisions right now. Plan 2 revisions, 20 plus 7 days kind of revision. In that 20, 1 subject per day. Most important topics, most important previous year topics. You must have already marked them down. Just do them. And go forward with the last 7-day revision. In the last 7 days, first, second, prof, and minors should be the focused on. And the major subjects you would have done in the minus 5 days. So instead of a 7-day revision, you probably now have a 12 and 13-day revision. It doesn't seem that too tough at this point of time. It doesn't seem that too tough. Alright, at the same point of, and another thing that you can do, if you are not comfortable with this, what I will say is that in the leading up to the exam, revise your most volatile subject. For example, if let's say your surgery is volatile, revise surgery in the last 7 days, and your strong subject should be done in the day minus 5 leading up to the 20-day revision. So this is a simple plan, 2 revision, a 20 plus 7-day revision. In the 20-day revision, make your strong subject in the last 5 days of that, so that it merges into the last 7-day revision. Now, some people were asking me, sir, there is some last time shift 2 was a little tricky. Let's say that, sure enough, don't get one important thing I really want to emphasize at this particular point of time is that don't get involved in social media about exam postponement or whether the shifts will change or not. If it happens, great. There will be people who will be fighting your battle. All right, there will be other people who are fighting your battle. Student organizations, certain faculties, certain student leaders, they are fighting that battle. If it happens, great, extremely great. Your job at this point of time over the next 27 days is to give your all. You cannot be like, I will on a daily basis check whether the postponement is not going to happen. Let's be very clear about that. Whether the exam is one shift or two shift, that is not in your hand. What is in your hand? Daily sitting for 14 hours, practicing previous year question, practicing previous year topics, revising previous year topics, and going in the last 30-day revision. That is what is in your hand. Don't let go of that. Don't waste your time thinking whether the shifts will be one or two. That is not in your hand. If it happens in one shift, I understand it should happen in one shift. It should not happen in two shifts. Absolutely no doubt about that. But that's not in your hand. If it happens in one shift, great. But what's right now important for you? You give in everything for the next 30 days. You should have absolutely no regrets that I could have studied a little more instead of wasting time thinking about the news. That regret will kill you your entire life. That is not your battle at this point of time. Someone else is fighting that battle for you. Your battle is daily waking up, doing previous year question, revising your notes, doing it day after day after day till the time NEET PG comes in. Don't waste time. It's a very serious request from my side. That's it from my side today. The plan is very simple. 2 revisions, strong subjects being done in the fag end of that revision so that it merges with the last 7-day revision. I'll make another video in the next coming 2-3 days about how to do the last 7-day revision, how to ensure that you absorb everything as far as the most important and volatile topics are concerned. But that's for tomorrow. Maybe you can watch that video tomorrow. But that's about it. Even if you don't watch that, doesn't matter. Focus on getting these 30 days right. That's it from my side today. Thank you and have a nice day.